Hello everyone. Often people envy footballers for having big salaries, expensive cars, and huge mansions, but there are footballers who don't seem to know what to do with their money. So they buy unreasonable things at an unreasonable price. And that's what we're going to talk about today. Opening our 10 is Gabon striker Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Back in 2012, before the start of the Africa Cup of Nations tournament hosted by the striker's home country, Pierre made himself a unique pair of boots in the colors of his country's flag. And how much did they cost, you might ask? And in the fact that the boots were 4,000 Swarovski crystals. These boots Pierre made 3,000 minutes for 30,000 euros. Of course, Aubameyang's goals at the tournament were scored in ordinary boots, but the incident sparked the interest of many African footballers at the time, with Salomon Kalou, Florian Malouda, Didier Drogba, and others being fitted with similar boots. Aubameyang later had another crystal boot, but this time in the colors of his club Saint-Étienne in France. Later on, many players started to make their own boots in a lighter version, which could be used not only for warm-ups but also for full matches. All in all, 30,000 euros for one game. And they say, money does not smell. 9th place. On the 9th place, we decided to put a trip instead of a purchase, but it turned out to be a paid trip. Barcelona striker Robert Lewandowski. In 2015, Robert was on holiday with his wife in his native Poland, in a small village. And then, the then Bayern Munich striker wanted to buy fresh bread. The nearest shop was 30 kilometers away. Robert did not want to go by car and decided to hire a helicopter. It's scary to think about the kind of village that doesn't have bread, but does have a helicopter. So Robert hired a helicopter and flew to get some bread. The whole whim cost the footballer 7,000 euros. I hope the bread was tasty, although it would not have been tasty. Who would have stopped him from returning to the shop and exchanging the bread? Friends, before I continue, I would like to ask you to like this video so that I know you are really interested in the subject, and it will be a great reward for my work. 8th place. David Beckham, the most important football fashionista of the early 2000s, is on this line. Even after his career ended, David bought an Arsenal football shirt at a charity event in London, even though he never played for the club. But it was not just a shirt, it had an autograph from, who would you think? David Beckham himself. As it turned out, David had bought the shirt for his son's birthday, who is a keen Arsenal fan and a student at the club's academy. The autographed t-shirt cost Beckham 13.5 thousand euros. Perhaps the Englishman did not think of a simpler way, but I think it would be much cheaper to buy an Arsenal shirt and sign it for David. But the rich do have their quirks. 7th place, here we put the little-known Dutchman, Eljero Elia. The Wingier played for his country at international level, but never made it to the big time. In 2011, Elia moved from Hamburg to Juventus. After Juventus, he returned to Germany, but already at the club Werder. Further, there were transitions in the Netherlands, Turkey, and so on. However, many football fans remember Elia not for his moves, but for his unusual purchases. Eljero once bought an 85-inch LCD TV that weighed almost 100 kilos and had Ultra HD quality. The Dutchman had to pay 34,000 euros for the Samsung set. Now that Elia has finished his career, he will probably be reviewing his goals on a big screen in good quality. 6th place, France striker Karim Benzema. When the Frenchman realized in 2015 that winning the Ballon d'Or from Ronaldo and Messi was almost unrealistic, he found a way out of the situation. Karim took not the golden ball, but the diamond ball. Benzema ordered the ball from the famous jewelers Dave Bling and Wilda Bossa, who made it full size and decorated it with 72,000 diamonds, 1,250 carats in all, costing the Frenchman $250,000. Later, the Frenchman won the golden ball, and now Benzema has two expensive balls at home, the golden and the diamond. I wonder which one is more expensive. 5th place. How could our top list not include a footballer who, throughout his career, has performed not only on the pitch but also off it? We are talking, of course, about the Italian, Mario Balotelli. In 2013, as a player of the Italian Milan, Mario decided that he was bored, and when all the stars were buying pedigree cats or dogs, Mario decided to stand out and bought himself a pig. No, not a guinea pig, just a regular 2-month-old pig. Not only did the Italian decide to live with a filthy animal, but he named it after himself, Super. I don't know if he did it out of boredom, love of pigs, or just because he wanted a steak, but either way it's a strange purchase and deserves a place in our rankings. 4th place. The next player on the 4th place is not usual, because he is always either the second or the first, one of the best footballers in the world, Cristiano Ronaldo, and his unusual purchase is called a son. Let's be clear, there are two versions of this story. In 2010, Criro had a son, whom Cristiano named Cristiano Ronaldo Jr. in honor of himself, but at the time, Cristiano did not have a girlfriend, and hence the mystery: where did the Portuguese have a son? The first version is that Cristiano used the services of a surrogate mother and paid 16 million euros for it. Cristiano did not want to get into a serious relationship, let alone have children with girlfriends who could end up claiming millions in alimony. But later another version emerged, that Cristiano got pregnant by a regular waitress at a bar in the US where he was having lunch. When he found out she was pregnant, Cristiano decided to pay her the same 16 million euros to abandon the child. The truth is still unknown, but the Portuguese himself says that he will tell the whole truth when his son turns 18. Well, Criro Jr. is growing so fast that we will know the whole truth in 2028. Third place. Opening the top 3 is one of the best midfielders in the French national team before his move to Manchester United, Paul Pogba. This footballer always stands out with his unusual hairstyles, stylish clothes, and general love of the good life. It's no secret that Paul has an exclusive dog, a breed called Lion Bichon, which he loves very much. This fact is confirmed by the fact that Pogba bought his pet, a collar for $900,000. Of course, the collar is not simple and brand amour, and it is decorated with diamonds in the amount of 800 pieces. Let me remind you, it is a collar. It will not even be visible under the fur. And if the dog rubs or fights somewhere, the diamonds will be scattered somewhere on the streets. On the other hand, who knows, maybe this dog saved Paul's life once. Second place, Sweden's Zlatan Ibrahimovic, one of the most endearing footballers of our time, deserves a place on our list. After his country's Euro 2012 failure, the striker decided to console himself with an expensive purchase, an island. You're probably thinking, what's the big deal? A lot of rich people buy islands, but Zlatan bought an island in Sweden on Lake Mälaren called Devenso, which is the 3rd largest island in Sweden. But what was more impressive was why he bought it. And he bought it just to hunt and fish. It cost Sweden's best footballer 2.5 million euros. First place. Who do you think? Of course, the best player on the planet, the best striker of all time according to Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Yes, again. Throughout his career, Zlatan has managed to buy a lot of interesting things. But we have decided to include one more such purchase in this top list. In 2013, when he was still playing for French club PSG, Zlatan bought a church in his hometown of Stockholm. Ibrahimovic spent 4.7 million euros on the purchase of a 4-story building with an area of almost 1,000 square meters. The main question was, why did Zlatan buy an old, non-working church? After the transaction, Zlatan revealed all the cards he immediately ordered to make of the church residential apartments, so you can just live in them. Ibrahimovic himself thought it was a very good property investment. Zlatan went on to invest many millions in the building. At the time of buying the church, Zlatan had a mansion in his hometown of Malmö, but with the purchase of the new building, the Swede decided to sell the mansion in Malmö as he was very rarely there. This is the end of our top useless purchases by footballers. There are many more things that footballers have bought just for fun, but we decided to show you the most interesting ones. Subscribe to the channel, put a bell, waiting for new releases, and now appeared on the screen. Other releases of my channel can go and watch them. They are also very interesting. Bye.